Welcome back, gang. Jayhuahua here. Another Football Manager 2023 experiment. You've seen the thumbnail, you know what it's all about. We're talking about facilities. Let me introduce you to William and Wesley, our two wonder kids. They've got 90 current ability with a potential ability of 200. They've got exactly the same attribute breakdown. We will look at William for ease, but this is their breakdown. This is their attributes. They have 200 potential ability, as I mentioned. Their hidden attributes are 20s across the board, except controversy at 10. Dirtiness at 10 and 1 for injury proneness. They are both centre forwards. They are both at Vanarama National League sides. We've chosen York City and Barnet. I flipped a coin and York City won. So York City have been given state-of-the-art training facilities. If we edit club details and we go to the facilities, you will see training facilities at 20. Barnet, on the other hand, poor training facilities, and if we look at the club details and the facilities, yes, there you go, you see training facilities at 1. We all know how important facilities are. We always request the board to improve the training facilities. We always put those requests in our save games because we want our players to develop as well as they can do. But how important are facilities, really? Do you actually know the answer? From my perspective, I think they're quite important, but I'm doing this experiment for my own knowledge as well as yours, so I thought I'd bring it to you because I was really interested, because I'm currently playing with Oldham at the minute, the Oldham Days on the channel. A lot of fun. If you're watching it, brilliant. If you're not, go and check it out. We're having a great time. I've made some big sales. I'm in the Championship. I've made some big sales of some youngsters. By big, I mean like between £5 and £10 million. And I've been reinvesting that money into the facilities of the club. Youth recruitment, youth facilities, training facilities. More than signings, I've been scrimping and saving, trying to get the Wonder Kids in. No one really wants to join, so I'm doing a lot of wheelie-dealing, a lot of searching. However, really pushing on those facilities. Now I want to know, how important are those facilities? And when it's an upgrade of £2-3 million and you've only got like £6-7 million in the bank, is it worth 50% of your money that's in the bank? So the goal of this experiment is to see William and Wesley, how they both get on. Now, as I said, they have both got 90 current ability. In the Vanarama National League, let's have a look. Ollie Palmer is at 101. So the best player in the league up front is at 101 current ability. So 90 is more than adequate, really. We go have a look at York. Well, William is their best player, so he will be in the team, you would expect. And same with Wes. Yeah, Wes is their best player as well. So they will be getting game time. Game time is so important for a player's development. They've got perfect hidden attributes, so they should have no problem in getting there. They're going to be at this club through the entirety of the experiment. They're not going to change clubs because they've got a future transfer arranged. They're joining PSG in 2045. So they've got 23 years from the age of 15 all the way up to the age of 38 to see how they get on. So without further ado, let's jump straight through 1 year into the future. See how the first season went, shall we? The first year is in the books, and William has improved by 3 more attribute points. He's at 119, whereas Wesley is down at 116, but still a huge jump for the pair of them. 29 and 26 respectively from the ages of, well, basically the entirety of their 16th year, because their birthday is the 1st of July. So they were basically about to turn 17 at this moment in time. As you can see, they both have played nearly every game, 53 and 50 games, and 31 and 27 goals respectively as well. Wesley just behind William. Let's have a quick look at the pair of them then. So we're going to compare the polygons, and yeah, the polygons actually, Wesley looks better. Although William has got better attributes in certain ones, so maybe it's just non-polygon related attributes. William's grown an inch as well. He's now 6'1". Wesley's still 6 foot. And in terms of the league, well, York City did go up in second place, actually, by the playoffs. They finished joint, well, just ahead of Chesterfield on goal difference. Barnet down here in 9th. Now, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Wrexham down in 13th, who are expected to go up by a mile. Wes has now made it into the Media Dream 11, understandably. And Barnet are now second favourites to go up. So can Barnet do it in this second year? In terms of season preview in Sky Bet League 2, well, York and Solihull Moors are both expected to go down, the two teams that have come up. And Solihull Moors, the champions, actually expected to finish bottom, but that means nothing. That's where I'm expected to finish in the Championship. I've just finished 10th. Oldham Days, go and watch it. Cross promotion for the Oldham Days in this one. You tell I want people to go and watch that series. Of course, William is in the Media Dream 11 as well. So, in terms of the facilities then, state-of-the-art training facilities still for York City, still at 20. And the training facilities at Barnet are still at 1. I'm not going to make any changes to this. because I'm going to allow the club to sort their training facilities out. And if they do, and then you see a surge, we're going to know how important the training facilities are. That being said, that's about it for this jump in. There's not a lot more we can look at, really. So I don't want to dilly-dally too much at this first juncture. I want to jump through a few more years and start really getting to the meat and potatoes of this experiment. So I'm thinking we're going to jump through... I normally like to jump through 3 years at this point, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump through 2, because I want to see their formative years where they really do start to accelerate in growth. And we're probably going to do a bit of a bigger jump in their 20s. So 2 years in the future, 2025. So 2 years into the future then, and William is at 149 and Wes is keeping pace with him at 144. They're both in Sky Bet League 2 and they've played basically the same amount of games and they've scored basically the same amount of goals. So let's quickly just jump on and look at their polygons. The polygons are borderline identical, but William now has taken the edge. And in fairness, he's got a lot more attributes better than Wes. Wes has also brought back that inch. He's had a late growth spurt in his teenage years. He's now 6'1" as well. As we saw, they finished 9th in the first season, then Barnet finished 5th, so they got into the playoffs, but they missed out to Southend. Wrexham again not getting there, but they did finish 3rd this time. And in the following season, it was Wrexham that went up as champions, and Barnet that went up from the playoffs. And in terms of Sky Bet League 2 then, so York finished 7th in their first season, which is a playoff place. They did finish mid-table the following season, 12th, and the most recent season, and I say that was the most recent season, yeah, of course, we've only done 3 years. So we've only got superb training facilities now for York, 19. Barnets are still at 1 though. Barnets have not improved from 1, so they are still the lowest of the low in terms of training facilities. And in 3 years, William, in the best training facilities possible, has improved 59 attribute points. Wesley has improved 54. I know they've got perfect hidden attributes, and I know they're both getting loads of game time, so that is obviously going to help them on their way. But, you know, you've got young players yourself in your save games, and you're going to loan them out, and sometimes you might go, that club's training facilities aren't that great. I'll be honest with you, from the findings so far, doesn't look like it matters that much. I'm really gutted I spent that £3 million on upgrading my training facilities now. Maybe a bit more of a different test when they're like more average hidden attributes. They are bit different. We will see. You know, they might stagnate now and they might not get there. They should both get to 200. That's the point of the experiment. They should both hit 200 easily. We are going to jump forward a bit more, and again, it's going to be another 2-year interval to 2027. But before we do that, I would like to say, please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, or if you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Lots more experiments on the channel. Let's play with all of them, as I've already mentioned. Drop a like on the video as well, because I feel this has got quite an informative one. I think it's going to be quite interesting content for a lot of people. So yeah, drop a like on it, push it out to as many people as possible. Helps the channel out, helps me out, makes me feel good about myself, seeing all the views and all the likes on the video. So yeah. Any comments as well about this, or any ideas for future experiments, leave them in the comments down below. It'd be much appreciated. I bring a lot of your ideas to life as well as my own. So yeah, let me know. So we're back in 2027 and wow. Wesley has not improved a singular attribute point in 2 years. He's still at 144. So all that bollocks about me saying our training facilities don't really matter, ignore that. Completely ignore that, because that's false. Because York City, with the great training facilities, William is absolutely flying. 172 out of 200. He's 28 away. When was he last time? 149? So in the 2 years, he's improved 23, and they are about to turn 21 years old. Again, in terms of games, 12 more games for William, 9 more goals. So they're both scoring at a roughly about the same rate of goals per games, really, aren't they? There's not a lot in it. So let's have a look at the attributes then. Yeah, William has become an absolute sensation up top. Wesley, he's barely got any greens at all. And there you go. There you go. This is the training facilities gap. Training is one of the most important things, most people say, for a young player. It's up to the age of 18, and then it's game time. They were getting a lot of game time before they were 18, and they were flying. So, is that right? I don't know is the answer, but there's a gulf between them. You could drive a bus through that gap. Wes hasn't got an attribute better than Will. Will is all over him. They are both in League One, though. Let that be known. So in the first season that Barnet were there, they actually beat York. They get to 6th. York were in 8th, but I suppose the momentum of the promotion does carry you through a little bit. Bolton falling out of the Football League. Wrexham going back down as well. And then the following season, it was York that went up and then Barnet in 2nd. 1 point between them. And of course, Wes and Will are the 2 wonder kids up top in the Media Dream 11. They are both being Are they both being capped for England 21s? They have been. Not a lot, but they have been. York still have superb training facilities. And in terms of the numbers, they're still at 19. And Barnet's is still at 1. So their training facilities have not improved in the slightest. They have managed to climb out of League 2 into League 1 with York. So they're keeping pace with them. I think the gap is going to get even bigger. And as you can see here, this 172 to 144. I don't think Wes is going to get there now. Will. Wes won't. That's my prediction. I mean, it's not a bold prediction at this point, is it? Because I've got half the information here. For all you know, I've already checked. I haven't checked. I never check. I should check half of these because sometimes they fail and I'm recording and they're shambles. So I have to call it and then redo the sim. Anyway, enough of that. 2027. Should we go 3 years now? Let's do that 3-year jump to 2030. Well, I think that's as conclusive as it is, gang. 199 out of 200. Will has made it. Again, he's 14 games more, but he's actually scored 26 more goals now. He's got 13 caps for England as well, 5 goals. He's been capped from League One, whereas Barnet at 1-4, they're in the Championship. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Wes, 148. Barnet's training facilities are still at 1. York's have actually dropped to 18, but they are still classed as superb. So just bringing you some numbers for the words that you see on the screen. So maybe you can make an informed decision of where yours are at out of 20. We've had 3-year jump, and York finished 9th in that season. At Barnet were 14th. York then finished 8th, with Barnet being 18th. And I don't know how they've done it, but York have finished 4th in the playoffs, and Barnet have only gone and got bloody promoted. I think they've overachieved there. I really think they've overachieved. I think they're coming straight back down. I really do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump through 1 year just to see. So Wes is now up at 155. So he is still improving. Williams sort of petered out at 199. How are their hidden attributes doing? He's still pretty high. Lowest is a 17 on sportsmanship. He's got 18s and 19s, but he's still up there. 27 caps, 12 goals for England. And as you can see, they are in the Championship. And Barnet have come back down. Oh, where's his hiddens? So he's kept his hidden attributes as well. Barnet's facility is still at 1. York's still at 18. And the gulf in class between them is growing even further. We've got 42 more goals now for William. But William has just gone through a promotion season in League One, whereas Wesley's just gone through a relegation season in the Championship. How did he do? He actually got 23 and 46, a goal every 2 games. So out of 43 goals, Wes scored 23 of them, over half, and they were dead bottom by 7 points. They would have needed 5 more wins to be not in the relegation zone, and even then they'd have probably been relegated on goal difference. So they overachieved, and they didn't deserve to be there. And York went up in 2nd place behind champions Plymouth Argyle. 74 goals for York in this season, and 32 of them were for Will, with 10 assists and 14 player of the matches. In terms of his career, he's getting a 7.29 overall, and Wes is getting a 7.13. So there's not a huge gulf between them, but as you can see now, the gulf in ability is there. So there you have it. That the training facilities have absolutely come into effect. I'm going to rattle through these next few stops quite quickly. I'm going to go through another 3. I'm going to go 3 and 3, so we're going 27 and 30. And at 27, Wes is still at 155. York is still in the Championship. Barnet is still in League One. Where are the facilities? Barnet have upgraded their facilities to 4, and York's are down at 17. They've just gone up to the Premier League via the playoffs. William Wonderkid has scored in the playoff final against Stoke. Well, there you go then. They've gone up by finishing 4th. Their first season in the league, they finished 19th. The second season, they finished 12th. then they've only gone to finish 4th. Fantastic stuff. Barnet finished 3rd the first season they came back down, so fair play to them. They actually did manage to make a good go of it and try and go back up. They're now down in 10th, and then the following season they finished 5th, so they got playoffs again. Oh, look at that form at the end of the season. In the last 5 games, they didn't win. 3 defeats and 2 draws. That's 13 points that they've lost. Oh my word. They'd have won the league. 7 points. Oh, if they'd have turned a bit of that round, they could have won the league. Heartbreaking stuff. Wes has never been capped for England. Again, understandably, he's rocking around in League One. And he's 155, great player, but I'm sure England have got plenty of players. Pep's in charge. In terms of the strikers, Jasper Drouse for Norwich is also a 155 kind of player. Should we have a quick look now, gang? Has Ralph been manager? He's not. Is Ralph still knocking about? Where's Ralph? He's the manager of Belgium. So he for the first couple of years of the experiment, he was unemployed. He went to Denmark, and then he resigned as the manager of Denmark after a run of bad results, and he went to Greece, took their job. Resigned as the manager of Greece and went and took the USA job. And he then resigned as manager of the USA to go and become the manager of Belgium. Loving the international jobs, isn't he, old Ralph? Not one club team here. Denmark, Greece, USA and Belgium. Let's add England to that list, Ralph. Come on. There's still time. There is still time. Right, I'm going to jump through to the 32, I think. And I think we're going to start to see Wes declining. 156. So William's on his way down as well. 32. York is still in the Premier Division. Where are their training facilities? 17 still. Barnet's still at 4. So they have improved them from the 1, but they're not doing great. Barnet are back in the Championship though. And Wes has played a lot more games. Oh, is that because for 5 years he's in a league that plays 8 more games? Not scored as many goals though. Still not in the way. 7.14 overall. And I say a lot more games. They've been back in the Championship. They got relegated after the first season of the Premier League. They went straight back down, but they came up. Yeah, finished 19th on 27 points. 20 of the 40 goals were scored by Will. Finished 3rd, then finished 2nd in the Championship, and then 16th, and then most recently, they've just finished 9th. Barnet, after coming back down to League One as we saw, finished 3rd, then 10th, then 5th. Then they got up via the playoffs, 4th. Then 2 19ths, a 7th, and a 16th. The Barnet just finished outside the playoffs there. Overachieved, fair enough. Are you telling me there's a chance that they could end up in the Premier League? That'd be nice, despite the facilities, wouldn't it? So he's actually gone up another attribute, whereas Williams come down 5. Wes has gone up to 156 from 155. I think it was a 155. If it was wrong, I'll flash you what it was when I'm doing the edit. That being said, the 32, to keep this video a bit short, already rumbled on. Can't stop waffling, that's my problem. Right, I'm going to go to the end of their career, which is, I'm going to 2045 when they're leaving to join PSG. Oh, William is down at 144. He's really fallen off the face of the earth here. This is the first sim I've done since the update as well. Let that be known, gang. The update, I believe, has nerfed players in the latter part of their careers, where a lot of players were keeping their abilities really, really high, their pace, their physicals. These experiments are going to take on a very different life in the next few weeks because of the update. So a lot of the ones that we've done previously, some of the results will be different this time, but I'm not going to redo them all. Where's his attributes again? Like his pace is through the floor and his dribbling. Go to the other side. But Barnet is still in the Championship. They've been there for a long time. They've become Championship staples. Their training facility is still at 4. Wes got a 7.09 overall rating. In terms of Barnet's league form, lower mid-table. 3 16ths in a row. Yeah, lower mid-table of the Championship. Back up at 19 for their facilities. So they've reinvested. And they've stayed in the Premier Division the entire time, becoming an absolute staple mid-table team at 12th, 11th, 6th. 10th. Bit of European football for York. Absolutely brilliant. Well, their attributes are falling through the floor. In terms of William, he got 105 goals in 143 games for England. Have England won any trophies? Wayne Rooney's the current manager. And of course he did! Ralph! Got sacked, unfortunately. But Ralph has been the manager, followed by Zidane, Sergio Conceição, and now currently Wayne Rooney. No World Cups in this experiment for England. The most recent won by Mexico. 2 finals England have lost. Poland won the 2022, Austria won the 2026, then France won 2, then Italy, then Mexico. This one's been a weird one, hasn't it, gang? But England have won 2 Euros, 3 Euros in this experiment, 2 for Belgium, but that'd been when Ralph was there. Oh, he didn't manage to win anything with Belgium. He took over after they'd won the Euros. Oh, that's annoying, and left before they bloody won anything else. He left to join England, and he got sacked. Sad times. So, overall, yes, facilities matter greatly. I didn't think they did to begin with, but they do. Well, I say I didn't think they mattered. Before the experiment, I was of the opinion, yes, they matter massively. During the experiment, I was like, oh, hello. Maybe not so much. And then, of course, well, you've watched it along. You've seen what's happened. But there you go. The disparity between the two. York actually got to the Premier League, so their facilities helped not only William, but the rest of their team kick on. William, like I said, they both had the same potential ability. One of them, 143 caps for England. The other one, never capped once. I'm going to jump through a couple more years just to see if they became staff members. William Wonderkid is a director of football. During his career, he got a 7.27. He got 5 goals in 13 games for PSG. York City are still in the Premier League as well. In terms of the past winners of the Premier League, it has been, well, no one unexpected early doors. Then Chelsea won it 6 times in a row, followed by 5 times in a row for Man City. Then Sheffield United popped up with one. Chelsea won the last 3. And Barnet are still in the Championship. Their facilities are still at 4. Wesley Wonderkid is an unemployed coach. He made 1 appearance for PSG off the bench. Got 7.1. Oh, and then a couple of appearances for PSG too. Well, there we go then, gang. That is the end of this experiment. Thank you very much for watching. Please do drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've learned something. I certainly have. Even though it sort of reaffirmed what I thought, nice to have that little stamp of approval and sort of the data right in front of your eyes, isn't it? So yeah, so like I say, any comments on this of things you would have done differently or things you would have liked to have seen, let me know. And yeah, any ideas for future experiments, again, let me know. But yeah, most importantly, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.